So it's Saturday and I'm at the office by myself, and as you know, we did not put out a full episode this week, and that's because every now and again we get so far behind in what we're working on when we're working on so many things at once that FilmRiot gets very, very behind. And I didn't want to rush the episodes that we're currently working on. I really dig the episodes we're currently working on, so I didn't want to put out a half-assed sort of episode for you guys. So instead, we decided to hold off. But instead of not doing anything, I figured I'd give you guys this update. So today we're going to talk about a few things, starting with our new sale, which is coming out the 25th through the 27th. We just put out an ad for it, this one.
Psst. Hey, buddy. I know what you're looking for. Filmmaker assets from TriumphStore.com. And check this out. I got a super secret sale just for you. From April 25th through the 27th, 40% off all digital downloads from products like these. Plus, flash sales up to 60% off. And on the 25th, you can get a sample pack of some of our favorite assets with every purchase over $50. Not to mention a secret hour sale every day that is only known to followers. You want more details? Go to TriumphStore.com. Now get out of here. I got a vape.
Why do people do this? That ad was a lot of fun to make. I've been wanting to do that style for a really long time, which it is a film noir style, but it's this very classic, overly stylized, almost leaning towards Sin City, but not really type of a thing. So it's not just straight noir, but we're going to be talking about noir as a whole, and we're going to be showing how we did those shots because there is zero green screen in those shots. It was a really fun way to pull it off, and I think you guys are really going to dig it because it's very, very simple. So a really, really easy entry point into messing around with that overly stylized type of feel. Then I also had my hands on the GH5 recently. I had it for about a week to test out for a review, which we have a full review coming on that, and I was really impressed by this camera, I have to say. I did at first, even online, I was talking to people saying that I thought that the GH5 didn't hold a candle to the A7S II, and now I don't know, I'm so sure that I agree with me anymore. After doing a lot of tests and even side-by-sides, I mean, I haven't come to my final conclusion. I need to go through the footage more, and then we'll talk about that in the full episode. But I was so impressed with how good of an image you can pull from the GH5. It's a $2,000 camera, slightly below. I mean, the A7S II, the price has come down, so I think it's about $2,600 right now. So it's in the ballpark. But the GH5 does win out in a lot of ways. I think overall, I probably like the A7S II a little bit better because of the low light and because of the full frame sensor, but what the GH5 can pull off in a lot of instances is better than the A7S II. So I'm excited to get that review to you guys as well, especially the slow-mo. The slow-mo was pretty great on this camera. But some recent things in the news, two of which that have me most excited. Sony announced the A9, which is a $4,500 camera, so it's definitely on the pro level as far as cameras go, but it's definitely an upgrade to the A7S II. The one thing that had me bummed out is they're not saying if it's 10-bit or if it's still 8-bit, if it's 422 or 420, so we don't really know that yet, but it looks like a really great update with 5-axis image stabilization, full frame stack sensor, dual SD card slots, which the GH5 also has. It also has a bigger and better battery, which is supposed to be 2 times the length of shooting that you were able to do before, which that definitely was a problem with the A7S II, is the battery life. So looks like that they've taken a look at that. And of course, 4K slow-mo at 120 at 1080p, and they moved the record button, which is kind of a stupid thing to bring up here, but not a stupid thing to bring up here because I hate where they have the record button on the A7S II, so I was very happy about that. But now let's do a quick sponsors, then we'll talk about one more thing that I'm excited about and get into some of what I'm watching currently. If you're a budding filmmaker, entrepreneur, or innovator, Domain.com is a place to go when that next idea hits you. When you get a domain extension from Domain.com, you're taking the first step in creating a vision and identity for your brand or idea. The world's top 2 premier and most recognizable domain name extensions are .com and .net, which means those are the ones that are going to help you build your brand and expand your presence online the best. Of course, Domain.com is reliable, affordable, and easy to use, but they're showing you some love by giving you 25% off your order when you use the coupon code FilmRiot at Domain.com's checkout. When you get domain names, web hosting, or email, just use that coupon code, and when you think domain names, think Domain.com.
Logo.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about were the updates from Adobe Cloud. They just came out with a bunch of new updates, all of which I'm really excited about. But some of the really cool stuff that they've come out with is, for instance, the type tool in Adobe Premiere. One of the things that was really frustrating for me in Premiere was often we're doing titles right inside of Premiere because of how quick that we work, but you had that whole title system where you had to create a new title, put it over your footage as a layer, deal with it by going in there and doing all that stuff. And it was just always frustrating. It felt a little clunky. Well, now they have this type tool where it's a lot more like Photoshop, where you can click right on the canvas and add it in there. And I know other things have had this, of course, so I'm really excited that Adobe's going this direction. It's a lot easier to use, it's a lot more responsive, and it makes a whole lot more sense. So I'm really, really happy that they have done this. Of course, they also have more integration with After Effects now, with the Essential Graphics tool and the motion templates, where you can create motion templates from After Effects or use some from the library and then bring that in and have way more control over all of that inside of Premiere, which is really exciting for us because we do a lot of bumpers, lower thirds, things like that. So now we can create those in After Effects, but never have to go back to change the name or the link or the whatever. We could do all of that in Premiere in a much more useful way than we've ever been able to do before. So I'm really excited about that. Then there's the Essential Sound panel, which you can just select your sound, tell Adobe what that is, if it's dialogue, sound effects, whatever. And then you have parameters that you can adjust right there to start enhancing your sound very simply. And this all translates perfectly to Audition. So you can use that as your rough, so you can be showing people and correcting the sound easily as you go. Then send that to Audition to really polish it and get it to where it actually needs to be. Then in After Effects, there's a bunch of stuff, but the three things are just creating those graphic templates that you can now send to Premiere, which again, I'm super excited about. And then you have video scopes right inside of After Effects now, which is fantastic. That's just way overdue. So happy that those are there. Just live updates of those video scopes when you're using Lumetri or whatever, which I'm constantly doing in After Effects. So I'm really excited that those are there. And then a new plugin called Camera Shake Blur, which is supposed to take the blur out of your shaky footage. However, I have not tested this, so I don't know how good it works or not, but we definitely will soon. I'm going to do a whole episode diving into all of those because there's a lot, and I'm really excited about all of them and just want to show you guys how they work and why they're great or not. Who knows? But those are my updates. And before I go, what am I watching? Currently, I'm watching the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why. I would have binge watched the entire thing in one night if it wasn't for my wife's inability to get past one episode without falling asleep. So it's happening very slowly for me, but I absolutely love this show. It's been all over social media, so I'm sure you've heard of it. If you haven't seen it, definitely dive in. It's one of those shows that I wish to hell that I directed or was a part of in some way. I just love it that much, and the style. It's a mystery, but a different type. It's sort of a murder mystery, sort of not, but it's great. Definitely try to stay away from any spoilers or people talking about it in any way. Just go in blind and enjoy it. It's a very, very interesting show. And then I've been into Westerns a lot lately because we are working on that Western sketch, which again comes out May 18th. So I've just been, I don't know, addicted to Westerns again, which Westerns are one of my favorite genres. So that's not surprising, but I've been watching, I watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I watched 3:10 to Yuma again. The Professionals, The Wild Bunch, all really, really great films. If you haven't seen any of those and you do like Westerns, definitely check them out. But that's it for today. Until next week, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.